Welcome to the Explainer. So, if you've ever listened to native English speakers and just wondered why on earth do they use this tiny word pop for literally everything, well, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're totally demystifying pop. Our main goal here is to give beginners and, honestly, anyone who just wants to sound a bit more natural, a crystal clear guide on how to easily differentiate and confidently use this absolute native speaker favorite.
Let me hook you with a quick question. Do you like unannounced visitors? Think about your friends just walking right into your house without even knocking. Maybe it reminds you of, I don't know, those classic episodes of Seinfeld. Or maybe what it was like living back in college dorms where people just walked into your room all the time. Well, this totally relatable scenario is the perfect introduction to the whole concept of popping in. It's casual, it's unstructured, and it is something native speakers talk about constantly.
Okay, let's dive right into our roadmap for today. First up, the core image of pop. Then, movement and visiting. Third, quick daily actions. Fourth, surprising idioms. And finally, we'll wrap up with a real conversation roleplay.
All right, Section 1, the core image of pop.
So before we go off and try memorizing a bunch of random phrases, we really need to understand the fundamental feeling of this word. Having this core anchor makes remembering how to differentiate these phrases so much easier. Essentially, pop means a quick burst, indicating something fast, short-lived, or requiring just really low effort. I actually want you to literally visualize popcorn popping or a balloon bursting. That quick and low-effort vibe is the ultimate rule for every single phrase we're going to look at today. Just keep that image locked in your head, and honestly, the rest is going to be a breeze.
Moving right along, Section 2, movement and visiting.
Now we're going to apply this quick burst core image to how native speakers describe moving around physically. And this brilliantly illustrates the nuance. Differentiating these prepositions is where beginners usually get stuck, but it's really all about where you are physically located. For example, if you say you need to pop into the office, it implies you're already inside the same building or structure, like you're just walking down the hall. But if you say you're going to pop by the neighbors to borrow an avocado or an egg, that indicates you're coming from a completely different building. It's a really sharp contrast, but knowing it instantly elevates your English.
Let's break it down a bit more. When you pop in, it's an unplanned, super quick entry. Pop over means going somewhere close by very casually. But pop out? Okay, this one is incredibly important. If you tell a coworker you're going to pop out for lunch, it means you're leaving quickly, but you absolutely plan to return. So you would never say I'm popping out at the end of the day when you're going home for good. Now, of course, language rules are sometimes humorously broken in the real world. Listen to this quote directly from our source material. She said she was going to pop by, but she was here for 2 hours. I mean, we all know someone, maybe your mom or a best friend, who turns a supposedly quick pop by into a massive 2-hour visit. The original intention was a quick burst, but reality just kind of took over.
Next up, Section 3, quick daily actions.
So now we're shifting our focus away from physical movement to physical objects, and we're applying that exact same low-effort rule to your everyday routines. Just look at how effortlessly this word integrates into the things you do every single day. You can pop potatoes into the oven. You can pop a bagel in the toaster. You can pop open a bottle of champagne or pop open a box of movie theater candy. You can literally even pop into some jeans. Getting dressed quickly, opening a box, throwing food in the microwave, these are all perfect, incredibly natural uses of the word because they're fast and take virtually zero effort.
Just as a fun little cultural anchor for you, this idea of popping something quickly into the toaster is exactly where the famous Pop-Tart gets its name. Our source material actually highlights a great recent comedy movie called Unfrosted, starring Jerry Seinfeld, which is all about the Pop-Tart wars of the 1960s. So hey, the next time you think of putting a quick, low-effort breakfast in the toaster, just remember the Pop-Tart, and you'll remember the rule.
Okay, let's look at Section 4, surprising idioms.
This is where we see how this core image of a quick burst mysteriously translates into describing some of life's absolute biggest events. Now, what's really interesting here is the phrase pop the question. This is the universal English idiom for a marriage proposal, the question being, of course, will you marry me? But what is truly fascinating culturally, as discussed in our source, is that while this has traditionally been all about the man proposing, those gender traditions are slowly evolving. More and more, women are saying they might just pop the question themselves, instead of waiting around. And then, oh boy, we have the pregnancy idiom. When a pregnant woman suddenly starts showing a visible baby bump, we say she has popped. It literally happens like a quick burst.
but please be incredibly careful with the cultural etiquette here. You only use this with close friends or family members, like a sister. You should absolutely never say, "Wow, you popped," to a total stranger or to your boss. So use it, for sure, but use it with extreme caution.
Finally, Section 5, Real Conversation Roleplay.
All right, we've built a really strong foundation today, so let's see how these various phrases organically chain together in a daily text message exchange. Imagine receiving this text from a friend. Guess what? John popped the question. Can I pop by to give you a hug? Notice the seamless combination here. First, we have that marriage idiom, John proposed. Then, the sender uses pop by, signaling their intention to make a quick, short-lived visit from another building just to celebrate.
And here is the friend's reply.
I just need to pop into the store real quick, but I'll be by soon. Remember our spatial rule from earlier? Pop into implies the sender is already right there, likely parked in the lot right outside the building. They aren't traveling from far away. They just need to run inside quickly and come right back out.
The exchange concludes beautifully with this. Don't be surprised when you see me. I've definitely popped. Meaning, my pregnancy bump is really showing now. Alternatively, if they weren't pregnant, they might just say something like, "Hang on, let me pop into some jeans." Both of these phrases perfectly demonstrate how this single word fits flawlessly into casual, native-level banter. So, the absolutely crucial point is this. Once you understand that pop means something quick, low effort, or short-lived, you have the ultimate key to distinguishing its many uses effortlessly, even if you're a total beginner. My challenge for you today is to look at your own routine. Are you just popping a bagel in the toaster? Are you popping out for lunch? Or hey, is today the day you finally pop the question? Start looking for these quick bursts and watch how fast your English levels up. So, where will you pop in today? Until next time, keep listening and keep learning.
Got it! What's up? Catch up! Aha!